Shalom, giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, the Wadi Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, for the days, minutes, hours leading to the return of the one who the world calls Jesus Christ, which his real name is Yahushai. Now, what I want to get into real quick is 94 million in grants awarded to Jewish faith-based organizations to prevent violence and terrorism. So, 94 million in grants was awarded to these people. See, the thing is, and you have a lot of our people that get upset. Oh, we didn't get an anti-hate bill and things like that. You got a lot of our people upset, but really, what they don't understand, or they do understand, is but they're just trying to continually, get crumbs. Is that what they don't understand is that, one, Esau doesn't hold himself guilty. And two, he has no intention of really repairing or seeing you en masse thrive in his society. Because you do bad, you're a thug, you sag, you start stealing, being violent, they call you all the names under the sun and N-bombs. Then you don't. You try to present yourself in a good manner. You try to teach your kids respect and things like that, common decency. Then they call you uppity, and say that you shouldn't live in his places anywhere. You make enough money. You make $600K, $700K. You get in one of these good houses. You walk around, or you get into an apartment. They look at you like you're not supposed to be there because you're in a nice apartment. You got multiple cars. Really, you got more assets than them. Then they come around and say, what are you doing here? Do you live here? Like you're not supposed to be there. So these are the different things that go on in this, and don't you dare go over there, because that's the funny thing is they'll say things like, brothers that believe that they descend from Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans that believe they descend from Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. They'll call them racists and things like that. But really, they have, like you guys say, they have no power, right? They have no power to, they don't occupy that land and tell people to get out and call people names. There's no establishment that says that if you don't call these people, the children of God, there's no establishment that, could, get you this and that and all these different consequences. There's no establishment, but you guys have that. So yeah, that's the reality. These people are hypocrites, but that was also, prophesied in the scriptures. But yeah, back to this. Secretary Kristi Noem and the Department of Homeland Security awarded a staggering $94.4 million in federal grants through the National Security Supplemental Jewish organizations on Friday. The grants, which are allocated through the Nonprofit Security Grant Program, are part of a pre-designated fund to the FEMA under DHS with the purpose of providing support for target hardening and other physical security enhancements. You still got people getting lynched. You still got so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans getting lynched. You still got all these other situations happening. And still, there hasn't been, all these different things. And really, going back to 1619, 1492, there hasn't been, reparation for that. Zechariah chapter 11, verse 5, whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty. And they that sell them say, blessed be the Lord, for I am rich, and their own shepherds pity them not, right? Manifest destiny. And the funny thing is, if you as a so-called Negro, you go out and you speak these things, a lot of times one of the first people that will get angry at you is somebody who looks like you. Why you talking that? Why you spreading that hate? It doesn't matter anymore. My wife is this nation. My husband is this nation. My best friend is this nation. Try to call you all types of names, cause problems with you. Yeah. But yeah, again, it's all prophesied in the scriptures. As a matter of fact, let me get this in Matthew, the 24th chapter. Because another thing that pops into my mind about this is that, you know, the persecution of, you know, the truth. These are building blocks, because every single time they talk about things like that, the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans saying that they descend from these different people and they fit the curses in Deuteronomy, and they, it's a direct contradiction to what they got going on, and what they're saying, and what their agenda that they have established. You know, this is Matthew chapter 24. Let me see if I can find it here. Matthew chapter 24, verse 14. And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come. Matter of fact, where was it at? Okay, Matthew chapter 24, verse 9. Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you, and ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. And then shall many be offended, and shall betray one another, and shall hate one another. And many, right. So, you know, you're gonna have these situations happen, and you know, you pray for protection and things like that through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Shah. But it is prophesied that these different things are gonna happen. You know, certain people will be delivered up to the guillotine, you know, as a witness for their belief in Yahweh Shem Shah. And these type of things are happening soon, because as you can see with what's going on, they're getting ready to start this world war up and just get it cracking. Because if you look at the foundations of America, financially, spiritually, physically, with a lot of these different infrastructure, you know, it's starting to decline. You know, so the best thing that they do, and the best thing that they always do, is just roll up in war. You know, and that's what you know, will get things going. Just war. So we're in the time where these things are starting to get cracking. You know, so these different situations, they may come up fast. Going back to this in Revelation chapter 13, verse 9. If any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity, I got a nice car. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killed with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints. Right. And what is the history of America? You know, Edomites leading Israelites of their different nations and different tribes into captivity. So this is what the scriptures prophesy for those actions. And the scriptures also say that all nations, you know, all the other nations had a hand in the downfall of Israel. And not only that, you know, they got problems with Israel. Remember that woman, Natasha Shand, the East Indian woman, the Elamite woman that was you know, saying the N-bomb 50 times to that Judite woman. Remember the one Edomite woman who was calling the Hamite, because those people, those East Africans, they're not Israelites. You know, just because not everybody with dark skin and kinky hair, it descends from Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Not everybody with white skin, so to speak, descends from Esau. You know, but we know what for the most part the majority is. But yeah, forgot where I was going, but oh yeah, I'm talking about the one Edomite who was at the park with those Somalis, and you know, the kid was supposedly doing stuff with her kid, and then it was found out, we don't even know if that was true or not. And then she called the person, she called the father a N-bomb, and she got millions of dollars off it. And even the other Edomite woman, I forgot her name, she got like the nose, and she's supposedly like a single mother, and they were gassing her about that. She be amongst all those different right winger spaces. I forgot her name, But yeah, she said the N-word in a TikTok. And then she's now famous. But she got good fame at first because people were backing her, saying, "Oh, she should be able to say free stuff." Why I don't say the word, myself, like that, or really at all. But why is it such a fixation for these different people to say it? Because they don't respect you. You Israelites, in specific, you Judites, they don't respect you. Because if they respected you, just like they respect, just like they respect, whatchamacallit, just like they respect the hats, right? They wouldn't even say it. And it ain't no inclining, and it ain't no twitch thing, because they could code switch when they're handling business or when they're amongst their parents. But you know why they need to say it so bad? Because they don't respect you. And these are the different things that go on in this society. These are the different frustrations and vexations in society that go on. You're trying to talk and have a casual conversation. You're trying to do something and conduct business. You got some Edomites, or you got even other tribes, or you got these other nations. They dropping N-bombs left and right. And then you gotta risk your damn livelihood, and you gotta risk safety and things like that. You gotta risk, all that. Damn near about to get in a fist fight or worse over you telling them not to basically disrespect your entire existence. Again, these are the different things that happen to society. But we know through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Shai, through all these different prophecies, more than we see that all these things are, the Heavenly Father's getting ready to send his son back soon. But that's just something I saw. Just wanted to get into. Hey, the Heavenly Father is moving in these last days, so you're gonna want to continue to stay with it. I'm just trying to keep praying, just keep holding down to that promise, that you'll love the Heavenly Father and His Son to the end. And yeah, and Lord's will. And I pray, and you different brothers always pray, that when these times do hit, that you'll be protected, because they're about to hit, and hit hard and hit soon. And you don't want to be one of the people that are left out of His protection, and then ultimately left out of salvation when the return fully does happen. Shalom.